One more guy.
Oh.
Wait, no, they already have everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
Oh,
man
okay.
pick. All right. Hold this.
Are you sure are you sure that it comes up from here?
That's the mic, isn't it?
I guess so. Well. Okay. Okay, never mind.
Alright.
Alright, guys. So, welcome to today's game. We have middle school team versus Kill Secured, a sophomore team. And this is the first time these two teams have actually met.
And this is actually the first game with the new patch. They're at the 4.18 patch. So there's going to be some Scion play. There may be some Scion play because I have been in the middle school team prep room and I saw one of them playing Scion. If you guys haven't seen the champion spotlight video for Scion yet, he is really scary when it comes to the jungle. So we'll probably be looking for that.
So right now, as we know, the sophomore team has a few lineup changes. With Z Ritters being a new player.
Looking at the ban phase, I'm kind of confused because I've never seen the purple team play Master Yi or Rise, or have they been scrimming with each other? We're not sure.
A ban on Zillion, as we can see there. But now we can see it's a top jungle. It's actually a ban for every single lane, including jungle.
Right now, we're just waiting on the final pick. 10 seconds left. Who will purple team pick?
Fiora. Okay.
The only person that we see play Fiora to a great extent was probably Ganjabred.
First
Yes,
game.
but Ganjabred is not in Kill Secured. I have no idea why they would want to ban Fiora, but that beats me.
Now we can see. So what? So let's see. Let's talk about all the open picks right now. We have a Trist open. We do have
physics. I would like to mention that for Kill Secured, the last time they played a really heavy frontline comp, so nobody could touch the damage carries, and it worked really well until they threw at Baron Pit.
So Kill Secure might want to go for the Sejuani jungle, maybe. And
it might look like they're taking Elise jungle instead. We'll just have to see what happens.
I think it will be Nami.
What makes you so sure?
Because Nami and Caitlyn comp is so strong, so there's so much pull, and they have to disengage with the engage.
So firesir hovering over champions. We're not really sure what he wants to pick yet, and he does pick that Nami.
See?
All right.
Ooh, wrong. A lock wrong. Okay.
I'm still kind of skeptical about that Shaker pick though. Probably won't pick that, and he decides to wait my Choga. Oh yeah, he had a new splash art.
No, that's good. So it will be a Cho'Gath top and Elise jungle, I think. I hope. For sure.
Most likely it's a Elise jungle.
Ooh, Wukong. The first time middle school played, they got the win because of that Wukong ulti.
Wukong provides so much in a comp that desperately needs CC. I think what they have right now is actually it might be just the Wukong top new jungle. If that's the case, they have a lot of AoE, they have a lot of engage, they're looking pretty strong.
And now, ooh, Olaf. Well, I don't really know Olaf that well.
Olaf, I haven't seen him that long either, but I know that he's a champion that if he gets fed, and he can get away from any kind of sticky situation.
And it'll be the Amumu jungle. So because that Amumu ult, we've seen that pick so many times in our AIS tournament.
Yeah. The thing about the Amumu is he is incredibly weak P6, but once he gets level 6, even though he's behind, he'll still be able to contribute to the team in a positive fashion.
Yeah, that ult is so good. We've seen Extreme BM, Abco doing so well on the Amumu every single time. And there has been some hype with Mango Pig's Vayne. So may not be as good as Biokongs, but we'll see. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna be a TF mid. So with TF mid, once he hits 6, he can provide that ulti and he can provide so much map pressure with that ult. And
I'm excited for the Cho'Gath pick because that's something I never really see every day. The only time you see it in the only time that you ever see Cho'Gath being a popular pick is probably season 1, when Hotshot GG was famous for innovating with Cho'Gath.
so it looks like a Fizz mid maybe, or actually. But with the Fizz against TF, it will be a strong matchup for Fizz once he hits 6.
Alright, they just need to select their mid pick now, just hovering over a bunch of champions, something that can fight against the TF.
So now, Kevin, what do you think about KS's pick, KS's team comp right now?
KS's team comp, they're looking pretty strong. They have a decent engage. Mango Pig with his Vayne pick, I've played against his Vayne before, and it's scary. It's either because he's either really good or he has a really good front line, which just happened at the game. So we'll just have to see. I really like that Vayne pick.
And with the middle school team pick, they have very strong in and out comp with the Fizz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fizz has the Shark, Amumu has the ult, Nami has her tidal wave as well. It's just a lot of engage potential, and a Fed Olaf is an Olaf that no one wants to go against. If you somehow manage to catch him, he will still manage to get away because his ultimate is essentially a cleanse. He's just untouchable.
And if the Fizz does get ahead, Fizz will also snowball so hard during the game, especially against a TF.
Yes, we've seen the game before where Biokong, I believe, was playing Fizz, and he played it so well against a Kale. We'll just have to see if Weir Banner can actually replicate Biokong's style of play. All right, so there's going to be a 3-minute delay before we actually go into the Rift. So what do you think so far?
So right now, I think that Kill Secured has the edge over what do you call the middle school team. Because I believe they just seem more tanky, and their front line is more of like a protect the Vayne comp. What do you think? Who do you think has the edge?
I believe with the comps, I like to give it to the middle school team because Cho'Gath, I haven't really seen him at work yet. If he's behind, he will stay behind forever because you pick a Cho'Gath to become big, but if you don't become big, you essentially become useless. So even though they have a protect the Vayne comp, I feel overall the engage from the middle school team will nullify that.
Oh yeah, true. But even if Amumu goes in, they still have the Braum, right? Braum shield is just OP.
But if the middle school team decides to go all in, the only thing the KS can do is play on the defensive. They have to burn their abilities to retreat and hold the line. Middle school team, if they play it right, they will have the edge.
And as you can, Kill Secure does not have that strong of an engage. The only form of engage they have is either a Braum ult or the TF ulti.
Or you can think of Cho'Gath's Q. It knocks people up, but it's not that strong compared to the middle school team.
To Amumu or Fizz's jump in team kind of fighting type.
Last game we saw KS working together very well. They were rotating together, getting picks, and picking people out, singling people out from JLock Cloud. So we know that KS can work together well, but can the middle school team work together even better?
But middle school is coming off a win, so they will have confidence in this game, while KS is coming off a 2-game loss. So we'll see how they do.
All right, 30 something seconds before we go back into the rift.
Cut here. Huh?
Just say what do you want?
Huh? Wants to know where the room. Oh, okay. So the game should be starting in about 20 seconds. So what do you think of the TF with exhaust?
The TF with exhaust. Usually when you see TFs, they usually take Ghost and Flash. But the exhaust, it would probably it's not the best choice. I mean, the only one that's gonna do any AD damage is possibly going to be Caitlyn. And if you try to exhaust Olaf, it's not gonna do much. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it isn't that necessary.
And if he wants to exhaust Fizz is already jumped in on you. He's either putting the ult on you already, or he's already on top of you with his treadle whatnot.
He doesn't do AD damage, he does magic damage, so it doesn't really matter too much.
I thought it stops. Doesn't it reduce damage?
Only by a small margin.
Oh well.
Yeah, I need to change some Twitch settings.
Don't you have to click on that?
No. Okay.
Should be going on right now.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna recheck this. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Make it a bit lower. No. That's good. Okay. So, do you think there'll be any invades? We've seen so many invades.
I would expect invades coming from KS, but from the middle school team, I don't think they're that well coordinated with each other. We've seen the very first game that we played. It was a mess. People were burning flashes for no reason. People were jumping into 1v3s. Middle school doesn't have that kind of coordination compared to the high school teams. So we'll just have to see if the middle school team brightens up and starts working together, or they can start crumbling over the might of the high school teams.
High school versus middle school. This is pride right here.
Yeah, if a high school loses to a middle school team, that's like an NBA team losing to an NBA team from the D League.
Or like a college basketball team. Oh, okay, so game has started, and we should switch up the thing. Top, jungle, all that easy stuff. There we go. Okay. So now we can see all these teams buying their items, and they should be going to their jungles. Game has been paused. Maybe some technical issues. We don't know. So this game, I don't think there'll be any lane swaps or whatsoever from just like remember $1 versus Extreme BM, was it?
I believe so.
They did the lane swap with Ganjabrid going bot, and he just got completely destroyed.
Yeah, anyways, again, these teams aren't that well coordinated with each other. They're just going to go default. Go into their lanes standard. Right, game has been paused. We're still not sure what's going on, but once again, the middle school team's really slippery. They have a really good engaged composition if they manage to pull it off. The thing about these compositions is that if one of them misses their wombo, it kind of starts to crumble. So okay, game is about to begin in around 2 seconds, and we're back.
Now they will go to. It will be a blue start, I believe, for Elise, and blue start for Amumu as well.
It should be a blue start for Amumu. I won't be surprised.
And so Cho'Gath versus Olaf. I don't really know matchups at top like bot, but what do you think, Kevin?
I believe. Actually, I would actually believe that Olaf would have the edge, just because he can throw his axes out and do some poke damage. I mean, if you look at Cho'Gath, he could Q and such, but it won't really do much against Cho'Gath. But later on, once Cho'Gath starts to get his items, he will be able to trade with Olaf. He should be able to trade with Olaf.
And he will just be so tanky in the late game.
30 seconds until
Assuming he
minions
gets
spawn.
Monster Hunter. Or is that only Nasus?
I didn't get that one. Alright, no one base coming in here. Very standard.
Oh, we
jungle
do
start.
see Nami just warding the tribal.
Yeah, very standard solo queue protecting the buff kind of
A
mentality
summoner
right
has
here.
disconnected.
We do have a DC.
I believe they should pause, and the game has been paused. So sorry, technical difficulties. Today is a bad day.
And it is school Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Please understand.
Right. So looking at that matchup at bot, who do you think has the edge? The Vayne Braum comp or the Caitlyn Nami comp?
Right now, it all depends on how Nami stops Braum. So if Nami can land those bubbles, then Braum will essentially become kind of useless. But if Braum just keeps hitting
A
his
summoner
Qs
has reconnected.
on either Nami or Caitlyn, then Vayne can just follow it.
Yes, I have to mention that you said earlier that Caitlyn and Nami, the comp, they do so much poke damage when you take into consideration Caitlyn's auto attack range and Nami's kind of those abilities,
the
W's.
Minions
So
have spawned.
they do a lot of damage. So what Vayne and Braum need to do is stay back, farm carefully.
What?
Alright, welcome a new member of the
We have
cast.
a new member of our casting crew right here. Introduce
Hello,
yourself.
I'm Shafin, and I play ADC for JLR Cloud. Would you fill me in what's going on currently?
So right now, it'll just be standard starts for both teams. Fizz has taken his E first. Why?
Trying to start, I guess, for Fizz E. He's playing it safe because if Fizz starts W, he has an extra health reduction damage upon the enemies, but then it's a really risky pick against TF because they have an Elise jungle, and Elise could gank level 2 with Q and E or W and E. And
So as we can see, there's so much trade going on top. Kha'Zix's been throwing his Q out, and same with the axes. Oh, Olaf saw. And
and
Alright. So the top lane getting in trouble. Cho'Gath, is he having DC problems? He's standing still. No, and he manages to get it. Olaf deciding that he wants to go in. This is first blood for Olaf. I'm kind of confused. Why was Cho'Gath standing still? Did he DC or something? Anyways, mid lane engagement. We have to see what happens. I don't know why that guy jumped into the air when he didn't really need to, but okay.
But as you can see, just now you said that a fed Olaf is something that you don't want to go against.
Yes, especially when he has ult.
Elise is coming nearby for a
Summoner has
gank, and
disconnected.
Cho'Gath has lagged out from the game apparently. This
So that
might
explains-
explains the first blood, but with Elise coming in, you can see here Elise is coming in for a gank. TF might be setting up for a bait. As you can see, Fizz has all his cooldowns up, and they might try to make something set up here in order to counteract the first blood on top lane. Currently, we can see here, as you can see, Vayne and Caitlyn, the CS is not much of a difference, but Vayne's not getting bullied as she should be. When Caitlyn and Nami, it's a lane bully, literally a lane bully composition. They should be able to out poke
poke
and
that
just
fuck
out destroy, but Braum might be a really good pick because it's safety for Vayne, and just if Vayne could get that farm up, she's just gonna wreck Caitlyn and Nami so hard. That's GG.
I mean, when you think about Vayne, you see offensive skill. When you look at Braum, you see defensive. Put those together, and assuming that Vayne and Braum gets ahead, they will make a formidable comp against the bot lane. So what Caitlyn and Nami have to do, they have to start poking them out of lane and kind of start getting ahead that way.
Yeah, so Nami and Caitlyn just have to keep using their autos and pokes and just try to make Vayne back as much as possible. That's probably the only thing they can do right now for the early game.
But I do fear for this Fizz. After the pause is through, he's probably going to decide, oh, I can stay in lane, I can take this DF. But Hamster Boy, the Elise is just waiting in the brush, waiting for Fizz to burn his jump or something, and then he's gonna go in and second climb, boom.
And if we look at the spells here, they all have their summoner spells up, but notice how blue side, they don't have any ignites. Now, it seems like to be a good decision for TF to take exhaust, but they really have to push for an aggressive approach because Nami has heals. She can sustain the entire team really well, and if they go for the poke war, Nami's team would probably have an advantage due to the fact they have heals and able to sustain longer.
A summoner has reconnected.
And Cho'Gath has reconnected, so they might be unpausing the game and we might see some first blood, second blood action.
So we're just waiting here to wait for the game to unpause itself. So right now, Cho'Gath is going to be behind. Right now, what Cho'Gath really needs to do, he just needs to play it safe. Because Olaf is probably going to back after a few CS. He's going to get items. He's just going to do damage.
And they both started flat, so they both expected to go for a sustained approach and passive approach because they're both careful against each other. But with their first buys, we'll see what kind of approach these two top laners will take.
Alright, so earlier, Kwak and I have been talking about some of the comps, like Amumu and Crew having really strong engagements, and we're talking about how Chaos has a really strong protect the ADC comp. So who do you think will have the edge?
It all depends on who engages first because TF, he has his ult for picking off someone who is roaming off the map. Oh, now they're going in. Elise repels in, but there's just dodges
a bit
and...
too late. A bit too late for that repel. It looks like they're going for the knockup. Is Olaf gonna go down? No, he's not. Burns his ability, burns his ghost. He's gonna get away.
Cho'Gath just came back to lane and already wasted a summoner from Olaf. So right now we should expect Elise to go back top soon.
Alright, anyways, it looks like Elise is working down towards the bot lane of the map, so we might see a lane gank coming up soon.
It's possible, but you can see here the blue side has their minion wave pushing against Caitlyn. This is a really big advantage. Oh no. This is a really big advantage for Caitlyn because
and
Vayne won't get any harm.
Elise gets spotted by the ward, decides to pull out. And we're back to regular.
So as we can see right now, Caitlyn and Nami aren't doing what we really expected them to do because Caitlyn's just falling. That's not really what she needs to do right now.
Olaf deciding that he can take a few minions, ends up paying for it. Oh, Cho'Gath can take this Olaf right now. Ghost is gone. No, he decides not to go for it. Olaf either is going to stay behind or
Olaf hasn't taken his E at all.
could Cho'Gath dive this? He's gonna look into diving this. Why is Olaf running back? He is going down.
And the axe misses.
Oh.
It's like not much trade has happened. They both lost a lot of things. But no, he's not gonna go for
it. They're playing a game of chicken. They want to see who's gonna engage first. Yeah, they're playing with each other right now.
And notice Olaf hasn't taken his E, which is odd enough because Cho'Gath is a health champion with his ult and gains HP. But Olaf hasn't taken his E at all, which is kind of odd because it's really useful. The first out. Oh wait, no, it's again. And we might see something here potentially.
So the bush is not wanted.
And a cuckoo lands. He should go down. What is Cho'Gath doing? He couldn't react in time. Can you at least finish this?
Oh no!
No, he can't. Amumu takes it. And they get away.
That was a great counter yank by Amumu. Burnt the flash from Elise.
Yeah. miscommunication in that part. Cho'Gath should have been with the Elise, but he decided not to go with him.
So right now, Caitlyn and Vayne are poking. So this is why their lane is pushed back. But this might also be good for Vayne, because now she can farm.
Yep. And you can see here they're clearly even in CS, and not much poke has been dropped by the red side, and Vayne's just still sustaining throughout the entire lane phase. Like, Vayne hasn't even used the pots yet, which is quite good, but we'll see how it goes.
Again, we'll just have to see how it goes. So I'm particularly interested in the top lane because those are champions that you never really see every day. I expected the Olaf to kind of have an advantage in this matchup, but even though with Cho'Gath being, he is still able to keep himself in the game. He's still remaining relevant. He can trade the Olaf. And speaking of them, they are engaging now. RuneScape style.
1v1.
But notice Cho'Gath has gone for a more sustained approach. He's going to go build towards the catalyst, while Olaf has gone for a more offensive. He might be building to Bilgewater Cutlass, obviously from his items, but still Olaf is dealing lots of damage, but he might not be able to tank for the team unless Mumu is able to go on the defense.
Right, so speaking of the top lane, we're not sure what's going on. They're trying to trade with each other. No one's really coming out of this the victors. And Mid gets ganked. TS getting away with his life. Sorry we missed that. We were in a undirected camera. Okay. I am not touching the mouse anymore. You guys handle the mouse. I am not.
So it's 2 kills.
Okay.
We completely missed that, but it was 2 kills. Now we see Olaf does go and uses the ignite on Cho'Gath.
Alright, you know what? Shop and take my place. I'm retiring.
It's okay. So right now, Olaf. Oh, the game has been paused. So right now, just now, Olaf did go in and burn an ignite on Cho'Gath, but I don't know why he took a few tower shots right there for no reason.
I think he expected that he would be able to get another kill on Cho'Gath, but Cho'Gath miraculously escapes with his life, and Cho'Gath has the teleport, so he could go back to lane and not lose as much XP, but Olaf, he still has to back off. But with the wave pushing towards Cho'Gath, oh, they have paused once more. Another DC, who knows? This AIS internet is quite interesting to say the least. But look at the bottom lane buys. Caitlyn has gone for a BF sword while Vayne has a cutlass. This gives Vayne a bit more of crowd control against Caitlyn, but Caitlyn's poke, it's more devastating against Vayne now because of the extra AD.
I mean, when you look at Vayne's, once they build a Bilgewater Cutlass, they kind of reached a small power spike where they'll be able to do a lot more. So I think Vayne will have the advantage in this.
That's true, and as you can see here, Caitlyn is still level 5 while Vayne is level 6. When they both return back to lane, currently we can see here Caitlyn is returning to lane, but Vayne's still at base. But if they both go back to lane, we might be able to see a potential 2-on-2. But
in the 2-on-2, I still believe that if Nami and Vayne do know how to kite, they will come out ahead.
Nami and Caitlyn.
Oh my god. They will come out. Caitlyn.
Notice the Elise buy. She's gone for a quill poke, which is a really defensive approach. But with Cho'Gath and Elise, they both and Braun, they have 3 tanks or front lines. Now with TF, with his Destiny, he might also start for the engage, and this is a really strong protect the Vayne comp. And oh, Nami has reconnected. Would we see them unpausing?
They should be unpausing this
soon. We can see blue side has a really protect the Vayne team comp, but red side, they have an Olaf, and Olaf's job they're gonna resume. And Olaf's job is to just dive in and wreck one guy, so it makes it a fair 5v4. And if Olaf can do his job right and wreck the Vayne, the protect the Vayne comp is not very protected.
Once again, I like to point out that Olaf has a flask, and I'm kind of questioning why he doesn't use it. He could use it and stay in lane, get as much farm as he can.
And the recall.
Cancelled there by Cho'Gath, which is quite interesting. And
once again, the middle school team, they're not that well coordinated. I mean, this Olaf, though, it's like as if he forgot that he had a flask.
Yeah, he can just use it to just sustain in lane.
Yeah, he decides not to use it. So that's probably one of the reasons why he lost the games earlier that we didn't see.
So Mumu is waiting in the bush. It's not warded, but he just decides to back off.
And Jeff is getting his blue as well, so he's gonna come in and be able to throw out some more cards.
Tia for the blue now, he has ability to spam and throw his poke all out in the Vayne. And as you can see here, Elise is coming out on the side for a gang, and they might be preparing for it, but this is backing up because Tia is playing too aggressive. He's giving signs that, oh, there's a reason this Tia is coming forward the card. Obviously, someone's gank it, and yep, 3-man gank, which obviously failed as this has his control poke jump away.
Well, Fizz is one of those big champions that as a jungler you don't want to do. He is so slippery that he's gonna get it. Oh, Fizz decides to go in. Can he get somebody? No.
Moo comes out to the side.
No, gets stunned in.
Oh.
Star gets thrown out, but it doesn't hit anything, and they pull out. So in the end, the blue team was able to win from that trade. They burned the Fizz ult, and I actually worked.
I did not. Mumu should have ulted there. He could have gotten a kill under tower. I just. TF Destiny.
Oh, and they're going to bot lane, and they don't engage. And Rumple's
Oh,
ult.
that's thrown out, but where's the ADC? He's not even there. And now they're just getting pulled out. Decided not to take that yellow card rather. Fizz and Mumu coming down along with Nami. They can take the red team down. Vayne doing as much damage as he can, gets exhausted, but isn't too late. Fizz gets away, but Nami is probably gonna pay with her life. The sacrificial lamb. Elite's flashing for top lane, more action. Cho'Gath is winning out. And once again, we see Olaf not using his flash. Why is he not using that flash?
Now this will be the dragon for KS. Now they will be even more. They will be ahead in the goal and.
I don't know what to say about the Olaf. I'm just not gonna talk about it anymore.
So Olaf might have forgotten he's on the flask. Teammates help him out.
The blue team is coming out winners from these different skirmishes that they're having. They got the dragon. They're 3-1. Now we talked about earlier how Caitlyn can start poking out Vayne and Braum. But now it just doesn't really matter anymore because now they have to go for it.
Now Vayne is ahead now. He's way ahead of Caitlyn. So now Vayne can just scale it. Just 2-3 shot the Caitlyn.
And you see that Mumu here, he hasn't been much of a strong enforcer map. He's had good hooks and good roaming, but it's not as much of an impact compared to Elise. Look at Elise. She has a Moby boost now over a Mumu, and it has more chances and opportunities to roam around and just create opportunities for the lanes. Now the lanes are snowballing in side favor, with exception of the top lane. Olaf has much. Oh no!
Olaf decides to stay. He overstays his welcome. He's probably gonna go down. Gets chomped by the Cho'Gath. This is the thing that I've been talking about. You do not want to go against a huge that Cho'Gath. It's never a good thing. He gets so technical. TF gets charged. Fizz jumps in. He's doing enough damage. Will he go down? Flashes away. Flashing along with TF. He goes down. Amumu goes in. Wow. Does Amumu have ult? No, he does not. Alright, that 1-for-0 definitely works. Yeah, I was kind of curious. I think Amumu thought that she would go down, but I mean, at the same time, it could be smart, saving the ult for a major team fight.
The cocoon does land. Elise will get away. Will take the. But he is cornered right now. Cho'Gath is coming from the other side.
And both
Q land, silence.
has map awareness, but Caitlyn's gone in and
But now Caitlyn's stuck.
And then, off the Caitlyn her life.
It's okay. Nami dies too. Now they're just gonna jump on Caitlyn. Shield goes out.
This is starting to fall heavily in favor of Team KS. But the middle school team, they're not coordinating as well as they should. I've mentioned this before. If you recall back to the first game that we had for the AIS eSports Club, the middle school teams were very uncoordinated. They were burning flashes for no reason and the like. Oh! Lands the Q, stunned. Fizz is gonna have to go down. If he doesn't go down here, and he goes down, the kill going to Twisted Fate.
now Red side has seemed to have gone on really strong tilt, except for Olaf who's just been shoved into the top lane. But he hasn't had a chance to roam and put much impact on the map. We didn't see Cho'Gath here. He's been walking around, throwing out the TP, eating everyone down, and Olaf's just been around at top, just farming. I'm not sure how much of an impact this would have, but if Olaf doesn't do anything else, then Red side's not really going to be able to get back up.
I'd like to mention that you said that Olaf has been on the top of the look at his farm and look at Cho'Gath's farm. Cho'Gath is so far ahead even though he disconnected from the game. They decided to go on the move. A move gets done, it's gonna go down, does he have flash? No, yes he does! He manages to get away. Now they're turning on Olaf. Olaf is probably gonna have to go down here. And he goes down, falling victim to Cho'Gath.
So again, another miscommunication.
They decided to change Cho'Gath, and once again, they are not on the top of their vision game. Earlier, blue side had a lot of wards around the map. So if you look at the red side, they barely had any wards. The only wards they have is on the bottom side of their jungle. So they
Cocoon goes out, a stun card goes out.
Fizz goes down once again.
Elise has so much map pressure right now. She's creating opportunities for kills all over the map, while Amumu's not really doing much for his team.
And we have yet to see an Amumu ult, and once again, I need to tell you guys this again. If you're gonna have a Wombo comp, you guys should probably group up and push together. Because chances are,
And Bolting goes to engage. Nami goes to ult, and not so much. And
Caitlyn does fall to bait.
they work best when they are together, but they are not together. Blue team is just having an easy time picking out easy targets. It's just not in favor of red team.
Olaf has finally left the top lane here, but we're not sure what they're going to do. I think they're going to go for like a 3-man bot lane engage, but with Vayne alive and them missing their 80s, it's not a wise choice.
Right now, KS can turn on this. Cho'Gath is here. He lets 2-man cube. Vayne gets the condemn. That's the kill.
This is the beginning of a fed Cho'Gath. Look at him. The turret tickles him. If a move doesn't go down here, I'll be surprised. The shard gets thrown out, lands on Cho'Gath. I doubt too much. But he may go down with that ignite. No, he's not. You find a lot of people. Ult finally comes out from the move. Finally get a kill.
Vayne is in the backline, just killing everyone. He decides to go on Caitlyn. She does get slowed. This will be a kill for Vayne.
Kind of questionable there. She could have netted out, but she decided to use it early. So, a bit of misplay there.
Bit of misplay, but kill secure does still come out ahead while TF was not in that fight. He was split pushing top. As you can see, they can win a 4v5 right now.
Olaf is going in for the. Oh no, they're going for the. And Olaf's gonna go smash this TF. What? Oh wow.
Down. Overestimating the power of the Olaf. That's one of the greatest things about playing champions that are not played often. You do not know how to go against it. How many people can say they know how to play against someone like a Soraka topper?
You get the tower, Fizz jumps in, but he won't really be able to do anything. Look at that.
Cho'Gath is just so big. Every member from the middle school team won't be able to take him down really quickly.
And Cho'Gath appears to be going for a more offensive build now because he's gotten so fed that with a Rod of Aegis, that's probably all the tankiness he needs. He's gone for a needlessly large Rod, and he might be going for Zanyas here.
Dragon is up. Blue team are probably gonna have to look to get it. The only one that's nearby is Amumu.
Destiny does go out. Elite Cocoon does land.
Bad direction making. I'm not sure why Amumu would want to be there when he didn't have any vision. Nobody was near him. It's questionable decision making.
But that was a perfect example. Oh, Kalen goes in, and Kalen does have ace control, but not much up. But just now there, with that move, that's a perfect example of why you pick TF and Elite. They're both champions that can pick one person off, and exciting. Oh no, Vayne goes in. Throws the damn hits, but she flashes and kicks the strand there.
And does get the kill, the double kill. I don't know why Vayne did that. She could have gone away, but she decides to burn her flash and ult.
Yeah, she got greedy. I mean, just look at how well AIS is doing. Right now they're just playing. They're fooling around. They're not taking it seriously. I mean, they have a fair guy. Everybody on the team's doing so well. You know, one death's not going to do much.
As you can see, the engage from Cho'Gath, the one that we really didn't expect.
Oh, once again, Fizz, poor decision making.
Now Cho'Gath is carrying the team. He's been landing all of his Qs, and his Qs have been doing so much damage. With the TF stun card and the Elite Cocoon, one player is dead from CC.
I'm not sure how Red Team could ever come back from this, but if they were to come together, they would have with an Olaf in their team able to dive into one of their very shark, they could potentially burst Vayne, but the problem is Vayne is just so safe. Cho'Gath's just wrecking their entire team. Braum hasn't even died once yet, and this is really difficult for Red Team to catch back up. But now we see here Red Team has grouped up finally, and they're trying to go for the mid turn, but blue side is flanking him from the bottom lane and the top lane Elite.
Red Team or do something about it. It's just a huge process right now. Fizz going, trying to get that Vayne, flashes away, good getter. Vayne turning back on the Fizz. Fizz gotta go down. Red team just getting destroyed once again. I've mentioned this many times before. The thing about the red team is that they have such a strong engage comp, but the thing is they're not coordinating with each other as well as they should, and that is why Kill Secured is in the lead right now.
They're not putting their wombos together, and if they did, they would have won that team fight.
Now the only one that's alive is Nami and Amumu. They are gonna get this inhib. They might rotate to Baron if they want to.
They could rotate Baron or they can just end game right now.
Nami's gotta go down. Fizz is trying to go down. If you get anybody down.
He needs to ult right now. He does get a two-man ult. Mango Pick might fall down. Elite.
Mango Pick goes down. Ace in the hole. He's gonna go down. Burns the flash, gets away. And looks like Cho'Gath is trying to turn.
Cho'Gath right now does so much damage. Braum misses the Q. Oh.
Right now, Blue should just back out. Right now, they should just back out. They have a lead. Keep pressing the advantage. Rotate to another lane and push that turret. Or just take the jungle.
But now they're saying, because with Cho'Gath on their end, they're becoming a bit more confident. Cho'Gath has Zanyas, a lot of agents, he has a full decked out defense and offense. They just can't. End this if they were all up.
Yeah, so right now, the middle school team does not have anything or anyone that can really deal with the Cho'Gath. The Cho'Gath is just too tanky, and he does too much damage right now against him.
They might be passive farming game here, but Vayne scaled so much. The only hope that they could have is top lane going for a fight, and the battle of the
doesn't
tanks.
realize he is not going to win this. Cho'Gath is so far ahead. Cho'Gath is so fed. He goes down. Once again, the flask is at 3. I do not know why. Don't ask. This is just next level bronze, guys. Pull out the blue cards. Yes, and they're going to get the Nami. Charge lands on the CF. CF is probably going to go down. Is Cho'Gath going to fall down too?
Cho'Gath does Zonya.
Gets the bin. Gets locked up in the turret, Elise. Amumu doesn't do any damage. He decides to just...
As you can see, that Zonya buys was a good thing for Cho'Gath. It wasn't a really necessary Zonya.
Not really. Now they're probably gonna jump on Caitlyn. They can do it. They have the technique to do it.
There's a fight going on. Olaf will fall. Amumu will fall. Caitlyn can't really do anything about it. She's low and she does not do any damage at all. Oh, the cocoon just misses. Hamster Boy might fall. Nami auto. Nami auto gets it.
Red team are managing to get by scraping what they can, but it's just so heavily in favor of blue team right now that I just don't see them getting back into the game anymore.
Blue team does have super minions in their base, so right now they can just keep pushing all the turrets and just go for a Baron.
But you can see here, blue side is pinging for the top end. They're trying to get the objectives because they don't see much of a strong opportunity to push the mid lane here because there's a lot of defense in the base. Like if a mover could go around the side and just flank them, they might just be caught out.
But as we can see, that all depends on the coordination of the middle school team. They need to wombo everything together to win a fight. If not, then Vayne will just wreck them from behind, while Cho'Gath wrecks them from the front.
It looks like they might group mid now. With the Cho'Gath in the front line, there's very little that red team can do, considering that there is no turret to protect the inhib. So if blue team decides to keep going, they'll have to give up the inhib.
Nami is forced to use the tidal wave for the disengage. As you can see, Cho'Gath is landing all the Qs, and his Qs are doing so much damage to the other team.
It looks like blue team are deciding to go get the Baron. There's very little that red team can do. They can't contest it. The best thing that they should do right now is push out the lanes and just hold out as long as they can. Keep themselves relevant.
So right now, the red team they know about Baron, but they don't have any wards. They don't see what's going on inside the Baron pit. But Baron's already gone.
Red team is gonna get engaged on Elise going in. Is he gonna send the Cocoon out? Yes, he does. But once again, I said it before, the Olaf is really slippery, but it looks like Amumu is probably gonna go down. Vayne just does too much damage. Amumu flashes away, but he's probably gonna go down.
Amumu getting caught out again in between their teams, and he doesn't even use the ult in fights. He needs to use that ult in the fights.
Very uncoordinated and lackluster effort coming from the middle school team. Their coordination needs a lot of work. I mean, I saw so many times they could pull out a decent wombo and win a team fight, but they just can't.
Well, it will be game, I believe. Middle school team did come off a win, but this was a poor performance by most people.
A show of dominance by Team KS. This will probably do a lot for the confidence since they're already in a 2-game losing streak. So this will do a lot for the team.
He's condemned against the wall, jumps away.
the team deciding to just play around a bit,
Enjoy their win.
savor the moment.
Right now, Amumu does have his ult up. If he can get a good engage, they can turn this game around. Maybe.
Well, if Red Team manages to turn,
Oh wow! Flash nom that Kalen into potato chips, and there's just nothing that there's just nothing that Red side can do. They're just stuck in their base and just like, oh, Amumu goes into the hook, and from Flash decides an ult in, and you can see here that Vane's on the sideline punching everyone, but they're just being wrecked.
Amumu is GG, guys. That's Zonia. That's a huge Cho'Gath. You can't beat that. Good game, guys. Our next game should be starting soon.
I'd just like the time to talk about Diamumu. Even though he didn't make that he didn't make that big of a difference. When you look at how he uses his ult, he almost never uses it in a team fight. He either uses it in the very last second to at the time where it wouldn't really matter anymore, or he would just use it to disengage. So poor coordinated effort by the middle school team, and a really strong display of dominance. By team kill secured. So we're going to take a break, guys. We're going to see if the other team is ready, and we'll be right back.